Alright guys, welcome back. So this is gonna be an insane match. Okay, so Floowandereeze with the freaking the penguin. It just looks like a penguin deck. Okay, so okay, this is gonna be a huge problem if we don't open up droplets or any way to negate imperm, especially because like one of their main hand traps is gonna be dimension shifter. Like that hand trap majority of the time just bodies us. Like we can't really do anything against the hand trap. And that's for main deck in Gamma, which it might have to be a possibility because they always go standby phase, shifter, because they don't want to lose to like a tactics, you know. So like in that regard, what they consider Gamma, because like what do we do versus a shifter? Like we can't really do much. We can't. So okay, so look at this hand. Okay, so he's going first, right? He has the field spout. This is like if they don't open up this with another name, it looks like they're struggling because all you do is imperm the one, especially if they don't have book. This already is like a shifter. It's really annoying. Ash, they have a name and they have Potter Prosperity, and we open up the one which is something we don't want to do, but we open up double imperm, which is nice. Like this is really good, but we don't have a non-tuner, so it can be quite problematic. Okay, so he starts off, activates fissure. I'm like, already my heart just dropped already, and nothing has happened yet. You just activated the fissure. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a struggle, because I was already just I was about to scoop just based off tilt. So then he gets the book. Okay, so the reason I burned the imperm here is to just burn his book, because I can play around the fissure, but like if he has fissure and book, it makes it hard for me to play, because like all this is doing is getting him access to the penguin guy, but I can just imperm the penguin and then try to like play around the fissure. So then he has a normal summon, add the penguin, tribute both, summon the penguin. It's very simplistic. At first, I was a bit overwhelmed, like because I wasn't sure what the deck did. But once you know what it does, it's pretty simplistic. It's very basic. It's not a like a high sequence deck. It's not something that's like, it's just basically it's a floodgate deck basically. So he adds a trap that's a normal summon during my turn, which is really good. This trap card gave their deck so much power on your turn, because they have the option to get to the bear statue or the rise of spin, which is huge, or even an apex, which is not bad at all. So I set the imperm because I'm like, I can't really do much, and what I noticed is that all the little guys, they're not that big. They search so much, but like the most they can get is a 25 and plus with this, and you'll be able to survive. So I go set, but then like there's just no way. Like I think I just scooped just cause out of tilt, because like, oh my god. And look at this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. In standby phase, shifter. Like what am I gonna do to shifter, man? Like what the heck? If I had Gamma, they're just over. If this was Gamma, it'd be over. Oh no, never mind. He has Ash, so I am so fucked. Okay, so I'm forced to pass. I can't really do anything. Like I'm under shifter. And I know he can OTK me, but like I know he'll have the board set up. So at this point, I'm like, I need to see a droplets. I need to see an imperm. I need to see something to be able to negate his penguin, right? Look at that. Look at his hand. He has, even if I open up any hand trap like Veiler, which I don't play, he would just call by the grave it. Okay, so right here, I'm hoping that the tactics gets me somewhere. Like that's what I'm banking on. I'm hoping that he triggers something in main phase, and that can be like, okay, either take his guy and then go tuning and tribute it for starter synchron, which is something that has been happening a lot. It's really funny. So now I'm thinking I activate, he ashes here, and then this is where like, okay, tactics. I need to draw something here. Draw two, and I draw the Dawnwalker. I'm like, this is good. This is really good. But I know that he has the trap. I don't know he has call by, but I know he has a trap. So I was like, okay, so if he has a trap, he can just bear statue me, he can just spin me, or he can apex me. So which one is he gonna go for? I'm not too sure. But it seems apparent that the most obvious one is to Ryza or like have the book access, because you can look at it. The moment he tributes for level 7 or higher, he gets the book effect, which is insane. That part of the effect is crazy. Having normal summon. This guy freaking hella, he's fucking, he baits me as well. Watch. It's a Ryza, spins it, add it to my hand, activate that. And then once I use this, I'm like, I should be fine because I want to go reborn it. And then I was already thinking of plays I was going to do. But then that one of called by just threw me off guard. I was like, I think I just lose now. But I was like, okay, let's go junk. This is where he baits me. He's like, oh, you still have your normal summon? Like, okay, sure. And then I'm like, okay, this is where he bear touches me. So I'm like, oh my god. I think at this point, I almost just started rage quitting because like, what the hell is this deck? But I was like, let me see if he can. Let me see if he can OTK me because I doubt he can. Because I'll be like all with this deck. You just need one more draw and it can possibly get you back into the game. I'm like, the Penguin is good, but it's not that great because it's only attack position monsters. And the good thing about Synchros, which is not links, they're forced to be in attack mode. We can put them in defense mode, which is a big aspect to this game here. Let's check it out. I go into Dawnwalker, summon, because the only thing you can search is Apex, right? That's the only thing you can search. But he's flooded. He can't summon anymore. So I'm like, oh my god, this is good. This is good for me. So then, this is where I synchro climb. This is why Doppel and Excel are amazing. Go for the shaman play, slowly climbing. Go for the herald just in case you're like a Nibiru or something. Maybe I don't know, maybe something, just to cover my bases. And this is where the speeder drops. Boom, boom. In defense mode. Thank you. And this is so I can replenish my hand once I nuke his field. Because my goal here is, okay, I have the herald to cover me from like a Nibiru or something, and I know one of his cards, so that I'm covered. Like I'm covered. The herald covers the rest. Like I should be okay. So I'm gonna be able to get enough synchros to the graveyard so I can have at least 5 to pop his board. You know, I wanted to get 6 just to get rid of the field spell, but I wasn't sure if I was able to do it. So then Marcher brings back the back. Go for a Crystal Wing. Pop his field, and I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I feel so accomplished. And then this card scared me because like he can just tribute myself, but I wasn't too sure because the Ryza's gone, the Penguin's gone. I mean, I'm pretty sure they play more than one Penguin. I'm not sure at this point. But like, I'm like, okay, I have to negate that because what if he just tributes myself? And that's something you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose your stuff. Just be tributed away. So he goes effect, and then he goes adds back. Yeah, they just keep doing this over and over again. He summons that, gets the Apex, summons the Apex. He's trying to reestablish his setup. My Satellite Ward triggers, brings back a. If I made a Stardust charge, that would have been amazing. I would have summoned 2, and that could have been my my Baroness, which would have been nice. So right away I go Reborn for the Herald, because like in sequence I should win because I know that's a strap, and when I honestly thought he was gonna chain it. I thought he was gonna chain this right now, but I guess he just didn't. I don't know why he didn't. I mean, yeah, I don't know. He let it to field, so my Herald's on forward. Effect negate with that. GG. Crystal would have gained his attack, so then that would have been more than enough for game. So then he goes first, and he opens up the same damn. This is that one, right? This is that one, man. Like what the hell? And he opens an anti-spell. He doesn't open too great. He has a Ghost Sarcophagus. This. Okay. I mean the anti-spell. I mean I only have one spell, but nonetheless he opened up the Ryza, which is not too great, I guess. But still. So I draw into okay. And this build, I'm trying out like a Cupid target type of build where I'm playing this. I'm playing the Hubbier, and I'm playing the Caligo. So just 3 targets for the Cupid pitch, which is it's so far it's been doing pretty good. It gives like a toolboxiness to it. Searching the Hoppier is pretty nice. So then I go, okay, so at this point I'm not too sure what traps they actually play. Like if they have any relevant traps, any like live traps that actually like do anything. So at this point I'm like, let's just see where it goes, because that's 2 sets. I'm under fissure. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Summon this. They both get banished. I don't get to trigger a converter. And at this point, I'm like, does he have Nibiru or something? My heart just like, I'm on edge. He has nothing. Activate. Go for the. So right here, I was debating on going for Omega, but I was like, no, because like because my initial thought was go Baroness, pop the fissure. But then I was like, I think the Abyss would be much more versatile because I can shut it off now and then shut it off on his turn, whereas Baroness only pops it. And I don't know, I felt like going for the Abyss was much more beneficial, especially because I messed up a sequence in the later turn. Watch. Effect, shut it down. I was meant to reduce this guy to make level 2 so I can get it to the graveyard and make a Cupid pitch. But I messed up and I was like, because I don't know, think because if I reduce this guy, I could have been able to make a Cupid pitch, right? And then no, I don't think it mattered. Did it matter? Regardless, all I wanted to do was get this guy to the graveyard. I think that's the main priority. So I guess it didn't make too much of a difference. Get a card. Oh, I drew it evenly. Evenly is amazing. Trigger that, and just go for damage and just go Omega Control. I was debating on whether to go save the Omega just to get resources and return my my Chaos Wheeler to the graveyard. But I wasn't sure. I was like, what if that's like, I know the field spell, so he has to top deck into another monster to be able to have that field spell live. Otherwise, it just doesn't do anything. So I was like, let's freak it. Let's go. I hit the Rise. I'm like, that's not great. He forces my my Abyss with the Book of Moon. I negate the fissure, and then he's just popping off. And at this point, I'm like, I know they cannot decay me. I know, for sure my Hot Red's gonna die, but I'm gonna evenly him for so much, and I'm hoping that whatever he keeps doesn't affect me as much. He goes for the statue, goes for the penguin. Summons the statue. I'm like, I wasn't sure if I should have just evenly him right now, but I was like, nah, let's just see what I draw, cause like it put me in a really weird position, because if I evenly him on his turn, he would still like what would he have kept though? That's the real question. What would he have kept? Because he would have still have had either the penguin or this. Or this, or this. Like, these are two powerful things to keep on the field versus my particular deck. So I don't know. I guess it's hard to tell. But let's say if he kept this, then I can just go battle phase, attack over, and then maybe if he's 2 start sync or something. But if you kept that, I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Go for the Omega. Okay, this is where I thought I messed up. I really thought I messed up here, but he didn't capitalize. I guess he wasn't considering evenly at all. Like, that was the furthest thing away from his mind. So that's probably what he why he went this route. So I threatened battle phase and he just shotguns the trap. And I was like, please don't summon Apex, because he added Apex. I'm like, don't summon Apex, please, otherwise I lose. Because like what he could have done is he could have booked my stuff, right? Because he tributed for level 7 heart. He level tribute to level 7 heart. Yeah, he could have booked my guy, and then this would have been dead. Yeah, this would have been dead, and I would think I would have lost. So but he doesn't. He goes Ryza to spin, returns my Hot Red, returns my Omega, and I'm like, okay, let's go. And this just got me back in the game. I was like, oh my god. And I was like, what? And then I was like, what does he have in his hand? I was checking logs. And then, yeah, they showed me, yeah, I'm aware of everything. And I'm like, oh my god, it's GG. Because once this resolves, it's over. Because I know I can put everything in defense mode. I can put everything in defense mode. And then I'm just popping up. I'm going to get a few draws off Light Burn. I get droplets. So that's going to just end his turn. Because he has to add to summon again, which he won't be able to do. So I'm going to go Cupid Pitch. Cupid Pitch searches the Caligo. Pretty sure. Yeah, or Caligo. Yeah. Go for Baroness. Baroness pop the penguin. And on Crystal Wing sets it and pass. And he top decks the freaking book. And look at this. How crazy was that match? That was crazy. Oh man.